It is the latest project from our friend Gary Shapiro, who, of course, joins us this morning to talk a lot more about this. So we're making a comeback, huh?
You know, newspapers, everybody thought they were dead, especially after the Rocky Mountain News closed, right? Newspapers have made a comeback in Colorado. It's pretty amazing, especially in rural areas, small towns. So an article in the Sun about this, Colorado Sun, piqued our interest. So we went out and visited a whole bunch of newspapers in Colorado to see how they were doing in little towns all over the state. So we have video of some of them, and this is the one in Saguache that you guys featured earlier. It is a 1917 linotype machine that it's printed on. It's pretty wild. It's one of two in the world. Wow. And then there's another newspaper in Springfield that they have a flower shop in the newspaper to kind of supplement their income.
And how long did you say they've been using that linotype?
They've been using that for like 100 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that wild? So all kinds of different newspapers. This guy in Florence, he is the newspaper. It's a one-man band. He prints the newspaper. He publishes the newspaper. He covers the stories. He delivers the newspaper.
Wow.
It's pretty wild. And then a lot of them are printed in these small town presses. This one is in Liberal, Kansas. And they print newspapers from all over Colorado, New Mexico, some 4 states, some 35 newspapers, I believe. And so that's the way they're surviving, all kinds of different business models. But they are surviving, and they are because people want their newspaper.
Exactly, and
Wow.
they kind of like a tangible thing to hold as well. We also are seeing, a trend as far as technology in general. What's old is new again, and so you wonder if newspapers are going to start to make a comeback in other places outside of Colorado too.
Well, they are in the Denver metro area. There's a group of newspapers that are in suburbs around the city, and they just bought a brand new printing press. And these days, buying a brand new printing press, right? I mean, it's got to be really expensive.
Right.
And it's just because, once again, people want their newspaper. They've decided they like the physical newspaper. Yes. They can, have a cup of coffee,
right?
read the newspaper. Yeah. Remember those days?
Yes.
Well.
So, it's so interesting because people are like, there's no appetite for it. People don't, but it sounds like what you found is the opposite, that people are looking out for this.
And especially these days, I think it's really important that people get local news these days.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're seeing, and it's a staple of local city and town governments, school board meetings, sports. People love their sports.
Yeah.
So there's like 3 or 4 things that all these newspapers cover, and people want that. They've decided they don't want it online as much as they want it in their hands.
Yeah.
And so it's making a comeback. Colorado Press Association says newspapers are as popular in Colorado now as they have ever been.
Wow, that's great to hear. I
Isn't that
personally
wild?
love it as well too. But I like what you were talking about, the highlighting of local news, because a lot of people are turning to TikTok and national news and whatnot. Well, that news has to come from somewhere. And who do you think is covering those school board elections that matter to you? Who do you think is covering the city council elections that directly impact you? That's your local news.
Yeah, and the Press Association has done surveys on this, and they found that while people in general are skeptical of local news, and we know that,
Sure,
right?
absolutely.
It's kind of like, well, I don't like Congress, but I like my congressman. I don't really like local news, but I like my local newspaper.
Right.
And that's what they're finding out. They trust the local news. They trust the reporters in their community to tell them the story, to tell them the truth. And we're seeing more and more of that, and that's so important in a democracy.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful that it's happening.
It's written and delivered by someone they know or feel like they know.
And with local, what people sometimes forget is that we are living right there with you. So
Exactly.
the issues are impacting you because we also have our families and our friends and our loved ones here too.
Amen.
So
That's exactly right. Yeah.
How fascinating! That
So-
makes me happy.
So we're
Here it
doing
is.
a 30-minute special on this.
Yes.
And it's going to run this weekend, and I think we have a graphic on that. It's going to run Saturday night at 6 o'clock on Channel 9. And then it's going to run Sunday night at 9:30 on Channel 20. So you have 2 different opportunities to see it there. And then, of course, it'll be everywhere online, 9news.com, 9 News Plus, YouTube.
Who knows? Maybe a
You
local
name it.
paper will write about it too, right?
Maybe.
You never know.
Who knows, right?
All right, Gary, good to see you, my friend.
Okay, good to see you guys, too. Thanks.
And coming